Funding for Good Time Golf is provided in part by Alaska Airlines. Alaska Airlines offers service and complete vacation packages throughout the West Coast, Canada, and Mexico. For more information, visit alaskaair.com.
Welcome to Good Time Golf. We're here in San Antonio on the Riverwalk.
And as usual, we're going in search of 3 great rounds of golf and 2 nights accommodations for less than $350.
Stay with us. The fiesta begins right after this.
Get out there, play golf, and have a good time. Get out there, play golf, and have a good time. Have a good time.
San Antonio captures the spirit of Texas. Now the 9th largest city in the United States, it has retained its sense of history and tradition, while carefully blending in cosmopolitan progress. San Antonio has always been a crossroads and a meeting place. Sounds and flavors of Native Americans, Old Mexico, Germans, the Wild West, and the Deep South mingle and merge. Close to 8 million visitors a year delight in the discovery of San Antonio's charms. The actual founding of the city came in 1718 by Father Antonio Olivares when he established Mission San Antonio de Valero. The site became permanently etched in the annals of history in 1836 as the Alamo. Today, Greater San Antonio occupies almost 400 square miles and is the jewel of South Central Texas. With over 300 days of sunshine a year, the city has become a mecca for golfers. The first public course in Texas was built in San Antonio in 1916. Amidst the busy metropolitan downtown, sequestered 20 feet below street level, lies one of San Antonio's jewels, the Paseo del Rio, better known as the Riverwalk. These cobble and flagstone paths border both sides of the San Antonio River as it winds its way for 2.5 miles through the middle of the business district.
Define the Riverwalk for us, Joanne.
Well, the Riverwalk is a mixed-use waterway, if you want to call it that. It has residential, it has top 5-star hotels, it has fine restaurants, casual eateries, great nightlife. It's a combination of everything that you can find it all down on the Riverwalk.
Well, people don't bathe in this river, no.
Not by choice.
No, not by choice.
No, sometimes they fall in by accident.
Yeah, at late evenings, early mornings, you meet people on Riverwalk.
Early morning, you find joggers at 6 o'clock in the morning in every kind of weather. And they're jogging the Riverwalk. They've mapped it out. This is their regular route that they do, and that's how you can tell what kind of a day you're going to have. If you see the joggers out in the morning, then that's going to be a good day.
Yeah, well, a 2.5 mile jog would last me for about 10 years, I reckon.
The Bandit is located north of San Antonio and on the shores of Lake McQueeney and Queen Creek, and it will steal your heart. This dramatic venue, known as the Bandit Golf Club, is the Good Time Golf bargain price pick of the week.
Named for the notorious outlaws that used to roam the West, this outstanding course will capture your heart and your soul. With a great layout and some challenging golf holes, it will also try to rob you of your game.
The things that get you in trouble at the golf course at the Bandit, in my opinion, is Long Creek that runs in and out of the property. And you got to be very attentive where the creek is, otherwise it's going to jump up and grab you. Also, there's a number of holes where the greens are very challenging, and you got to be on the right side of the pin to have an easy 2-putt or a 1-putt. If you're on the wrong side of the pin, easily you could 3-putt it in many cases. So pin placement is very, very important on this golf course.
The Bandit offers a challenge with water in play on 13 of the 18 holes, and it has more than 71 sand traps that offer their own kind of hazard.
The beauty of this golf course, I feel like mainly, is that every hole is different, and there's all a variety of different types of shots on this golf course. And you come away with remembering all 18 holes.
Opened for play in 1997 and designed by Keith Foster, the Bandit is one of the best values for golf in South Texas. The Bandit is well maintained and carries a 4-star rating from Golf Digest.
We're excited about this opportunity to showcase this property.
Now it's time for Good Time Trivia. What club in your bag has the nickname of the Texas Wedge when used under certain circumstances? The correct answer when we come back.
Well, here we are in one of the most historic places in America, and a place of enormous historical significance to the people of Texas, the Alamo. But, you know, we're right here in the middle of downtown San Antonio. How did that happen?
It's really is one of those things that a lot of people come here and they expect to find the Alamo out in the middle of nowhere and are surprised to find it in the middle of a downtown. And it's because the city and the Alamo grew up together. The Alamo, which is an old mission, was built across from a small community. As that community grew into San Antonio, that's why we're downtown.
You know, with pop culture and movies and everything, it's real easy to get confused on historical facts. And a lot of people think of the conflict at the Alamo as part of a war between the United States and Mexico.
Well, that's how it's often perceived. But if you're really going to understand it, you have to look at it as a context of an event which occurs within a larger Mexican Civil War. Most people are familiar with the United States Civil War, which lasted for 4 years. But Mexico's Civil War went on for over 70 years.
So the struggle that happened here at the Alamo was part of a bigger effort that was going on during that time period to redefine how governments were going to work.
You're exactly right. The American Revolution had set off a worldwide revolution where governments were having to either justify their existence as a monarchy or face a revolt from the bottom up. That's why the Alamo is so important, because it does represent that struggle, that American struggle, really a worldwide struggle, for independence and for freedom.
So it's a big part of Texas history, but also a huge part of North American history.
Yes, North American history and world history.
And world history.
And now the answer to this week's Good Time Trivia question. What club in your bag has the nickname of the Texas Wedge when used under certain circumstances? That name stuck once Texans began using their putters on longer shots from well off the green.
Co-authors of the book 8 Traits of a Champion Golfer, Dr. Deborah Graham and her husband John Stabler co-founded Golf Psyche in Bourne, Texas. With over 200 clients on the PGA, Senior PGA, and LPGA, they specialize in personal evaluations and workshops designed to improve a golfer's game through personality assessments and evaluations. To understand how it works, I was required to fill out their evaluation and fax it back prior to our meeting. Now Dr. Graham is going over the results.
So, to start with, you're very good at thinking your way around the golf course. Abstract skills are good. You're also very relaxed by nature. You have very good abstract abilities, which means that you're very good at thinking your way around the golf course. You can get good game plan. You can adjust to changing conditions.
Well, so far so good. Now Dr. Graham works on the benefits of positive thinking.
And one simple technique is just to project confidence. I know it sounds crazy, it sounds too simple, but if you hold your shoulders up, your head up, you keep the spring in your step, and you refuse to get into negative self-talk, it will help keep your confidence a little higher, which is one of the 8 champion traits. As soon as you get negative thoughts, negative self-talk, you start moving away from the champion trait, and things can start to snowball.
She asks me to imagine a difficult hole, and a par 4 at my home course back in Seattle soon comes to mind.
So before you can do anything else, you've got to be totally committed.
Okay.
You're better committed to the wrong shot than not committed to the right one.
That's great.
So you're going to commit to what you just decided. If you can't, we're going to change it.
Okay.
You're locked in?
Sure, I'm locked in.
And that's interesting. You actually have good imagery skills based on your profile. So we need you to use those. Do you use them now? Do you visualize every shot before you hit it?
I don't, but...
That'd be a good tip for you.
Okay.
To visualize your shots more. And all you care about is feeling kinesthetically a smooth swing back and square through. And let me know when you can feel that. And once you do that, let me know where the ball goes.
Okay, smooth back, square through, and right down the middle over the hill.
That's what we want.
John, an outstanding multi-sport athlete, has developed zone training software that correlates breathing and heart rate. He is teaching me how to breathe while freeing up my mind from day-to-day thoughts.
I know you've been breathing most of your life, but most of those breaths have been upper chest. Take a deep breath, you go, right? Upper chest, shoulders go back. Well, that kind of breathing doesn't relax, okay? Abdominal breathing is the style of breathing you need to do to relax effectively. So we're measuring your beat-to-beat interval, we're looking for the consistency of change, and we're then calculating what's going on in terms of level of tension and mental activity. When your mind is quiet and your body's relaxed, the numbers will get very low.
The basis of the work that Deborah and John do is to compare a client's psychological evaluation with the personality profile of champion golfers. Then, through one-on-one counseling or in workshops, Golf Psych can concentrate on overcoming the golfer's personality traits which might be interfering with that perfect game. Does it work? Many pros think so, but at least in my imagination, I can now par the 11th hole at Harbor Point.
Accented by waterfalls and winding streams, Cedar Creek blends in well with the picturesque Texas Hill Country. The Cedar Creek Golf Course is the Good Time Golf medium-priced pick of the week.
Within the city limits of San Antonio, but set in the rolling hills of South Texas, Cedar Creek is characterized by its change in elevation and well-manicured conditions. With a course rating of 73.4, this test of golf is one of the top-ranked municipal tracks in the region. Passing through oak thickets and around limestone hillsides, this is a picturesque golf course that was designed to be enjoyed.
There's very many hazards, lateral water hazards we call them. Even though there's not a lot of water out here, each hole is surrounded by the natural setting of brush country, scrub oaks, cedar. Each hole is framed with that on both sides. The front nine is kind of built in a canyon. The back nine is surrounded by those oaks as well. So about 17 holes, there is a hazard in play at Cedar Creek.
Fun to play and an excellent value. Cedar Creek is an enjoyable round of golf and a great place to bring along your best game.
The greens are surrounded with many swales, humps, sand bunkers, as well as grass bunkers. Each green, it has 3 tiers, very small target areas. When the pin is on it, one particular tier, and you're on the wrong tier, it's very possible you're going to 3-putt. So the greens and the surroundings of the greens make the course very, very difficult to get the ball into the hole.
Ranked as one of the top 25 courses in the great state of Texas, Cedar Creek is characterized by its change in elevation and well-manicured conditions.
And within 20 minutes of downtown, you can be in a very scenic, hilly area with just quiet. There's no sound out here from cars or the hustle bustle of the city.
Chris, can you tell me about cave exploration in this part of Texas?
Yeah, it's a pretty big hobby among a lot of people in the state. They get together in groups. They call them speleological societies or grottos, and talk about caves and go caving, set up trips. There's several thousand registered caves in Texas and Mexico also. So they spend a lot of time doing that kind of thing.
Now, I hear and I feel water. Tell me about that.
This is all rainwater, and it started back about 150 million years ago, and this part of Texas was covered by a warm, shallow sea, and geologists theorized that that sea deposited all the limestone layers that make up the walls of the rooms, and over time, rainwater started seeping through the cracks in the ground called joints, carved out the cave. Eventually, as the water table settled down low enough, then the rainwater started to deposit the minerals, and that's where the formations came from.
How long are the caves?
The cave in total is 2.5 miles. It's divided into the north and the south cave.
Chris, have you found any interesting artifacts down here in the cave?
We dug up this one. We can't decide exactly what it is. This is the only one that we found we can't really explain.
I think I know where that one came from.
We're here at San Antonio's world-famous Buckhorn Saloon, and I'm here with Doc, the voice of the Buckhorn Saloon. Doc, it's a pleasure to have you on Good Time Golf with us today.
Well, thank you very much.
There wasn't much golf around in the Old West.
No, not at all.
So, what can you tell me about the Old West here?
Well, we've been established here as the Saloon Museum since 1881 by a young guy named Albert Frederick. When he opened his place, he was 17 years old, and the way it started, he said, any cowboy who brings me a set of horns or antlers, I'll give you a shot of whiskey or a mug of beer.
A lot of places are famous for the fact that presidents slept there, but this place is famous because Teddy Roosevelt did what here?
He had a fight. They say he had quite a few fights, but you know, that's hearsay, but you never know, because down at the Menger, he stayed there, but this is where he drank. At this very bar, as a matter of fact, that's the original bar back from 1881, and that's the famous Brady buck right there in the middle, a 78-point buck found in Brady, Texas on the Ford Ranch.
Now it's time for Good Time Trivia. In what year did the USA's first designed 18-hole golf course open? 1895, 1903, or 1905? The correct answer when we come back.
Ever since the game of golf was first invented, golfers have been asking for help from above. Now with the advent of global positioning satellites, help is available through GPS technology. I use GPS every day flying Alaska Airlines jets, and I can tell you that it delivers us to our destination with pinpoint accuracy each and every time. This is a personal digital caddy. It's designed to work like a cell phone, not a computer. It's got a battery that'll last up to 10 hours. That's enough time for even me to make it around the course. So here's how it works. The personal digital caddy shows me 244 yards from the hole. Shouldn't be a problem at all. As you can see, I hit this bad boy right down the center of the fairway. Let's see what the personal digital caddy says I did. 234 yards? That's only 10 yards. I know I can drive the ball a lot further than that.
Here is this week's Good Time Golf Destination Bargain Tips.
Our winter visit to San Antonio was a wonderful escape from the weather of the Pacific Northwest. People were extremely hospitable, great Tex-Mex food is cheap, and golf is about half the price of comparable courses in similar climates. And we found a lot of ways to save money. Before you come to Texas, go to sanantoniovisit.com. Ask them to send you a brochure with coupons for discounts for many of the area's major attractions. Also, go to golfq.com. That's golfq.com. There you can print coupons for many courses throughout Texas. When you get to your hotel, talk to the concierge. Many of them offer discounts for local courses. The best deal we found was right here at the Hyatt Regency Hill Country, normally out of our price range. But during the winter months, they have specials on green fees that allow you to pay the same price as the outside air temperature. And if you stay at the hotel, they offer packages that effectively give you 50% off the green fees for their 4-star golf course.
Another local favorite in San Antonio is the Hill Country Golf Club. Opened in 1994 and designed by Arthur Hills, the Hill Country Golf Club is rated 4 stars by Golf Digest. Its tranquil setting is located away from the city, homes, and traffic. Tree-lined fairways, rolling greens, and natural wildflowers make the perfect backdrop for a quiet game of golf.
We actually are really thrilled that everybody, every age group loves these cars. Anyone from the empty nester on down to the very young first-time driver are really enthused about these cars.
I just took a break from the golf course and I found a time tunnel right here in the San Antonio area. It's a dealership called Automania, and they have vehicles dating back over 50 years in showroom condition sitting right here on the showroom floor. My wife Susan is going to be glad that I didn't bring my checkbook because every single one of these bad boys is for sale.
You know, actually the average growth on these cars is about 8% annually. Lady walked in and she said, I need a car that goes vroom. My husband wants a car that goes vroom. And we ended up selling her a super sport Chevelle that went vroom.
Hey, running well, this guy. What sort of gas mileage can I expect out of this?
And now the answer to this week's Good Time Trivia question. In what year did the USA's first designed 18-hole golf course open? 1895, 1903, or 1905? The Chicago Golf Club, with Charles Blair McDonald as the architect, opened for play in 1895. The Quarry offers a unique setting for golf, one that you must experience.
The Quarry is, the front side is more of a traditional type layout, links type style. The back side is what you see here is in a 100-year-old rock quarry. It's still a little bit of a links type style, but completely different from the front side.
This one-of-a-kind golf course blends the native grasslands, prickly pear cactus, and hardened rock that surround this setting and bring them together into an unforgettable golf experience.
When somebody walks up to the edge of our clubhouse and looks off into the quarry, which is our back side, there's lots of oohs and ahs about how you can see the whole quarry, and it's amazing that you can get 9 holes in such a small area and you don't feel cramped at all.
Rated 4 stars by Golf Digest and put together by the creative designer Keith Foster, golfers of all levels will enjoy the character of the quarry, as it takes land that would otherwise be left abandoned and turns it into a place that golfers savor.
What you can see here is some rock walls. You don't want to hit it in the rocks. We do have our native grass is pretty tall. We don't have any trees on the whole golf course, which is nice.
Located close to the beautiful and fun city of San Antonio, golfers find the quarry to be a great escape from the vibrant downtown area without having to make an extended journey.
Our rates are very competitive. They're not very high. And we have been rated the #1 public golf course in Texas 8 out of the last 10 years we've been open. Actually, we're at our best. January, February, March, and April, we're as good as anybody. We're better than anybody in Texas, turf grass wise. Our greens are great, our fairways are great, our tee boxes are great, and you'd have to go a long ways to get better.
Say, maybe this gentleman here could tell us where our nice restaurant would be.
Sure. 20, what'd you get? 3. Okay.
Hi there. We're staying in San Antonio this evening. Could you tell us of a nice restaurant to go to?
Why, sure. Why don't I take you to a place where I always eat?
Where?
Zuni Grill on the Riverwalk?
They were Zuni's. Tell us about Southwestern cuisine.
Well, Southwestern is a fusion between the flavors of Mexico and Baja California and a lot of these southwestern states like Arizona and New Mexico.
But what is it, a Tex-Mex we're looking at here, or?
No, I would say Tex-Mex is more of a jalapeno and onion, a grilled kind of flavor, where they emphasize more, or Tex-Mex emphasizes more on the hot, kind of
hot peppers.
Whereas Southwestern kind of enhances the flavors, or spices, and just warms you all up. Just brings different, goes right to your emotions.
Good things for most people.
Yes, sir. We also do steaks. We can do a ribeye. We can do a filet mignon, which is fantastic. Also, we offer pasta dishes.
You would expect, or people would expect, to have good steaks in Texas. What would you say about Texas is against?
The best.
Texas is the best.
We're the experts.
Wow, the 17th hole at the quarry. This is beautiful, guys, isn't it?
Man, San Antonio is a pretty great place, huh? I'm loving this.
This is beautiful, yeah.
The only thing that would be better would be for the 3 of us to be playing in a PGA tournament.
Well, John, this is it. $1 million to the winner. It all comes down to this hole.
Well, as they say, Brian, it's do or die. But I'll tell you, Joe's been fighting a slice all day long.
Yes, and it looks like it's gone a little right here, too.
It doesn't seem to be bothering him, though.
Most people say that George has an unusual pre-shot routine.
Well, Brian, I think you're being very generous there, because I don't think it's unique. I think it's bizarre.
Now, what's he doing there?
Is that one of those new GPS ball finders?
No, there's no way George would be using it.
He's trying to pawn it off as a phone, but no, it is. It is definitely illegal.
What is this?
Looks like he's been watching Happy Gilmore.
John, I do not like what Swanee's doing with his hat there.
Yeah, well, it sure doesn't bestow any kind of confidence in the man, does it?
But, look at that.
Look at that. Right down the middle.
Oh, can't ask for anything more than that.
I always worry about George, the way he drops that shoulder,
He's
Brian.
got a real bad habit of that. But, hey, can't mess with success.
This is a game of bad habits we're watching here.
Oh, you got it.
And a lot of people say that Joe is the luckiest guy on the tour.
I interviewed him this morning. He said, I'd rather be lucky than good.
And his luck is paying off, that good old Irish luck.
Look at this.
Oh, what a golfer.
Boy, this guy is lucky and good.
Oh, there goes Swanee, another bouncer. He loves to bounce that ball.
Loves to play the ball at the front of the green.
It looks like it's on track.
Just the way he likes to do it. Oh, right in the heart.
Oh, it's just a breath away.
Is that legal? George has got one of the most unusual stances in golf.
I don't know if you know this, Brian, but there was a movement last year to kick him out.
I can't blame him. I mean, there's no way this is going in.
Oh, look at that.
It's in. It's Mr. Automatic.
Well, that's it, Brian. 3 of the most unconventional golfers in the game today.
These guys are good, and we could be here all day.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's time for the Good Time Golf Cost Counter. Remember, our target is $350. The midweek rate at the Bandit was $35. Cedar Creek was $36, and the normal price at the Quarry is $69. But we found a coupon at golfq.com for only $49. Because golf was so reasonable in San Antonio, we splurged a bit and stayed at the Hyatt Regency Hill Country. The total bill for 2 nights and 3 days of golf was only $318 per person double occupancy, $32 below our target of $350. While in San Antonio, we found first-class golf and still managed to stay within our budget. And we'll come back to enjoy this great golf destination again. Swanee, you were on. Your game was working today.
Yeah, went pretty well.
Don't peak too early, kid. How many did you have on 18, by the way?
7.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of Good Time Golf. We've had a great time. San Antonio has some of the most affordable golf in the nation.
And it's a fun city you will enjoy.
So join us next week as we head out on another great golf adventure. Remember, get out there,
play golf,
and have a good time. We appreciate your input. To contact us or to bring Good Time Golf to your community, visit our website at goodtimegolf.com. All prices quoted are at peak season. Even more could be saved at off-peak times. Remember, get out there, play golf, and have a good time.
Funding for Good Time Golf is provided in part by Alaska Airlines. Alaska Airlines offers service and complete vacation packages throughout the West Coast, Canada, and Mexico. For more information, visit alaskaair.com.